Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on where you're watching me from. How are you doing today? My name is Faith Yasa, and I'm the anchor of this program known as Know Your Budgets. This program is every Monday, 3 p.m. Nigerian time, and is powered by Global Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria. Every Monday, we come up here to talk about issues, then a topic like what has the Ministry of Information using such huge amount of budget given to them yearly to execute or to get information step down to the local people where the informations are not easily to acquire. But before we proceed in this program, let me remind you to click the share button, like, comment, and possibly come up, stay here. Let's watch, comment. Let's talk about this together. You can drop in your comments. We'll be looking at them one after the other. And then remember, Nigeria is our country. It all concerns us. Before I go on, let me take a short break. When we are back, we'll ride on together. Welcome back. So it will interest you to know that the Ministry of Information and Culture are ministry who are saddled with the responsibility of ensuring that information streamlined down to the local people where news are not easier to get. And the government went ahead to incorporate an agency called NOA, National Orientation Agency, which these people can practically go to the field and give people information one on one, get them informed physically, verbally. Those who do not have access to radio stations, those who do not have access to televisions, those who do not have access to social media where informations are mostly disseminated, National Orientation Agency can physically visit places where informations are not easily to get to give these people information. The Ministry of Information at the same time, I'm in charge of giving the public credible and verified information. These jobs are not done free. Ministry of Information gets some yearly budgets present to the National Assembly, and possibly the National Assembly assess this budget and look at the impact of the money that is going to be given to Minister of Information we have on the information given out. As in the year 2020, 253,626,561,524 naira was allocated to Ministry of Information to carry out their yearly duty. Our concern here are these. I really do not want to go into cutting down the cost of government at this point, but we are interested as concerns Nigerians to know in what level have Minister of Information getting to ensure that information gets to those people who have no access to information as easy as possible. I was talking to a colleague, let me say a friend of mine who works with the National Orientation Agency, which I asked them what exactly is their duties, because if we understand it very well, National Orientation Agency are in charge of orienting people about information, fresh information, what the government has what to do, what they're about to do, what they are doing, and how the people can access those information easily. So I now ask, what have you people been doing? Because every program I watch or whatsoever I heard is I've heard Ministry of Information just pardon me. Um, I am back because Ministry of Information, mostly I see their work on the televisions, on a radio station I hear sponsored by Ministry of Information and Culture. But National Orientation Agency, on the other hand, which are supposed to be on the feed back to back, trying to give information to the local people who do not easily have access to informations on the other medias, I'm not seeing their job. So we will want to know this huge amount of budget allocated to you yearly. How are you getting information streamlined, stepping down to the common people who have no means of informations? Because I know there are some officers who are supposed to be in charge of the field work, ensuring that people who does not get informations on the other media where everybody is getting also get informations. Now, these informations can be in different ways. First of all, information have to be passed in a language where the people understand. You cannot be giving out information maybe in an English language where a local person who doesn't understand an English language also need to get the information. Information are supposed to be transmitted in some language, major languages where in the local places where the field workers are going. This also costs money. Now, information needs to also go to the persons with disability who have, first of all, hearing impairments. You have to transmit information to them in a such a way that these people can also understand. Because as far as we are concerned, information that concerns a country, that concerns a people, is for them, and everybody needs to get access to that information. Now, persons with disability also have component. I mentioned the deaf, and I also mentioned the visually impaired, those that cannot see. You need to transmit this information in a language that they can also understand, maybe on a braille writing, which we know braille writing costs much, even more than an ordinary paper writing. We know you have a lot of components that these monies are to be spent on. We want you just to be accountable to how far have you gone in ensuring that the money or the budget you presented to the National Assembly, that this is what you are using this money to do, is actually what you are using it for. And also to ensuring that these informations get to the appropriate people at appropriate time. Because delay, they say, is dangerous. Now, if you are passing out an information about a job, there is these people, graduates or other people who even are not graduate but need to be employed. And then let's assume the deadline is on the 30th of this month, November 2022. And then these people do not get to hear about this information till the information is over, the job interview is over, people have been employed, and then the person heard that, oh, somebody said they were recruiting at this so agency or ministry. Have you not denied that person access to that employment? We are here as Concerns Nigeria to know. Now, our television stations, for example, NTA, the NTA network centers, most of them, the news they carry, we watch out for them to broadcast it. We don't see them. Sometimes we don't see them. So what could be the problem? What are the factors surrounding these people not broadcasting news when as this they are supposed to? If a news is supposed to be given out by 7 o'clock, so what now stops them? Is it a wave, or are there things you need to fix? When you go to our news stations to be very to a news house, even somewhere to sit, it's a problem. The place is so dusty, the chairs are so bad looking, the people are in a broadcasting room trying to fix one or two. You see the condition where they are living is not okay. So we are now concerned. What has this huge budget, 253 billion 626 million, then 464,524 naira. House to give out news for them to broadcast, they say you have to pay. You have to pay. We as Conscience Nigeria, we are calling on all the ministries and agencies who are giving yearly budgets. Please, we are begging you, begin to be accountable on how you spend your yearly budgets. You are a Nigerian, we are Nigerians. You owe us accountable. And that is why it's called a public office, a public positions. We need to know. We are not asking so much. So that if we have input, and I will even want to suggest that if possibly create an avenue on services you are giving to us. Are we satisfied or we are not? While I am talking, I have a guest in the studio, so let me bring him up and I will continue with him. Hello. Chief Benjamin, please introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Chief Benjamin Ewauche Obe, the governorship candidate for African Congress, African Action Congress, AAC, Benue State. It's a pleasure to be on this program. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We are talking about Ministry of Information.
Yeah.
We have we looked at a document here where 2020 a budget over 252 billion 626 million 460 to minister. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
So our concern is there are people who ordinarily information is very difficult for them to get. Allocating this huge amount of money for a yearly budget, I'm very sure that before the National Assembly can approve such budget, they must have looked at how you are going to spend this money and necessary ways you have intended to get information get to the people. But at the end of the year, we are looking now to see how information are streamlined to the people, and we are not seeing it. So we want to know, I will inquire from Minister of Information on how they have been as they spending this money, because information needs to be transmitted in different language people understand, both in the deaf language, the blind, and possibly in languages that other people can ordinarily understand. We are concerned about how this money are used. Are we asking too much, Chief Benjamin Owucho, or do you have a different opinion about this, or a clue about this, how this money have been spent?
Okay, thank you very much. I believe that Nigeria, we don't have Ministry of Information. We have Ministry of Misinformation. That budget is packaged in such a way that the money that comes from the budget is to misinform Nigerians, to deceive Nigerians. They package what you are not supposed to hear, modify it, and then lie to you. So that's why it is Ministry of Misinformation. If not, there are so many things happening in Nigeria, like you rightly said, that the ministry is supposed to take care of information even to the least level. If you break that money down, we are over 250 million in Nigeria. It should go around all Nigerians like about
Yes.
2 million each or more. So the whole Nigeria automatically becomes a millionaire. But because they create millionaires and billionaires, it becomes difficult. That money they scramble for it and then pieces it until it's just like when they lie on divorce an animal, they pieces it until it is finished. I believe that even
Yes.
those are the helm of affairs
Exactly.
in other areas, they benefit seriously from that loot. That money is being looted, and I believe that it's quite unfortunate that we have found ourselves in that situation. And I believe that we need a proper leadership to ensure that this thing is properly handled. But with all honesty, that money for me is strictly a vote for some persons to be millionaire or to convert millionaires to billionaires. And some of them, when they come out, their salaries for 100 years, like I keep saying, cannot give them the amount of money they have. They don't care about the citizens. If not, there are some information in America or in other developed countries, even some developing countries, you discover that the information gets to the people before some dangers happen. But in this situation,
Yes.
the dangers happen before Ministry of Information starts working. That's why I say misinformation. Ministry of Information is supposed to give information. If NEPA is going to carry light those days, they will announce that there won't be light from social time to social time. That is what information to the public is
Exactly.
done. But what is
Exactly.
happening now in Nigeria, Nigeria information is like a deaf and dumb. Nobody hears anything and nothing is working. So I believe that it is good to inquire
Yes.
for how the money is being spent, what is being spent on what and what and what. If what is coming in, it's not commensurate with what is going out, I believe that that money should be stopped and not even be given to them because it's quite unfortunate. They should just say they let them be paying their salary. So I believe that what is happening in that ministry is quixotic and they are all handicapped. So the ministry is an abuse of position. It's not working according to how it should be. So that's my own view about the money. Their budget is completely expensive and out of range. Thank you very much.
You are welcome. You are welcome to Benjamin Wecho. That was a good analysis. I really appreciate you
Thank
for
you.
always coming up here. Having talked about Ministry of Information,
Yeah.
these are political era. These are time for elections, and it's always very important that when we come up here like this, we touch issues of politics. Our people say when they are eating corn, they should be talking about corn. Now, it's now time for electioneering processes where we choose our leaders who go there to govern us. And it's always very wise to bring the minds of people back to things that maybe they have forgotten about. And of course, trust Nigeria. Sometimes we do forget quick. Sometimes in 2017, there was a money that federal government allocated to give out to some state who were on salaries and areas. The money was called bailout. Bailout. Some states got this money, deliberately refused to pay, and they are still owing salaries and arrears. Some states are even still owing what is it called? Now, it is time to bring the minds of the people back. And
Yeah. Yeah.
back.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Okay. I think
What can
within this
you tell the people? Let's revisit the issue of bailout, because on my list here I have some list of states that got bailouts and did not pay. Talk about bailouts.
Okay,
There?
can you hear me? Yeah, the bailout is supposed to bail you out, but our
Yes.
own bailout is bailing us in, or it's not bailing us out at all. The issue is because when you have the wrong people at the helm of affairs, you get a wrong result. I keep telling people 1 million or 1 billion times zero is zero. When you talk about the bailout and the people who are still owing, let me not go too far. I like to mention him like the governor of my state. I think he's morally bankrupt. He does not have what to take. He doesn't know what to tell people any longer. When he got the bailout, he only bailed his pocket and his family out. He abandoned the people of the state and then keep lying and then investing on personal projects. So what's happening in the Benue State is a litmus test or an example
I think we are having some.
to most of what is happening. Can you hear me very well? Can you hear me very well? So this time around, we need to choose. Secondly, who have the passion of the people, because the leaders we have, they don't have the passion for the people. They just think of themselves, me, myself, and I. Most especially their family, and then that's why we have found ourselves in this situation. Nigeria, in Benue State, we have entered one chance by appointing the kind of governor we have and the leaders that we have. Benue State is in one chance. We entered one chance. So what we are doing is to struggle out to get out of the one chance, so that the next person that is coming will not continue with the one chance. You know, you want to enter one chance, you say one chance is one chance, so that we don't enter one chances. But I believe that Benue State is in one chance. Just as Nigerians too, they have entered one chance. We're all in one chance in the system of leaders that we have, the crop of leaders that we have. We have to struggle to get out of the one chance. The bailout money was with good intention, but we have poor execution. So I believe that this one chance, it should be our prayer point. Let us get out of this one chance that has been driving us since 2015 and taking us to 2013. Either God will settle us, or God will clear them from the way for us to move on. But sincerely speaking, or the issue of bailout or the issue of money or whatever is happening in the state now, we are on complete one chance. Like I keep saying, Benue State is on life support. Benue State is on complete coma. We are only surviving. We are only existing. I don't think nothing good can come out of this Nazareth called the leadership of Governor Otom. It's not possible. It's not possible. If you take monkey to London and bring that monkey back, that monkey will still be monkey. So we have entered one chance. And we in Benue State, we should prepare our mind that everybody is on one chance so that we can move on. No person who has a real passion of his people that gets subvention monthly, we owe his citizens up to the month that is owing. And then the pensioners are referred to as people who are dead already. You are a human being, that you are alive. You use such reference to your kinsmen and your people. They are dead people. They don't deserve to pay money. You owe them 30-something months. I believe how you think that their children and their family, the cost alone will follow you. You think that you are progressing because you are stealing and eating money, but this cost will follow you and your generation. So I want to tell the leadership that if you don't think of anything, think of the future of your children. If you have SSS, DSS, police, and every other thing to guide you, your children may not have the luxury of having those kind of people to protect them. And secondly, while they are growing up, they meet some people, they face some bad luck. These are products of the kind of leaders that we have. So I believe that the bailout money was with good intention, but poor execution. In fact, the money entered wrong hands. It entered one chance, you know. And when people talk about kidnapping and bandits, I believe that those of them in power, they are the worst bandits because the ransom these people collect their own, they get it from source. So what is happening in everywhere in Nigeria now? I think Nigeria has never had it worse like this before. But I want to say, anybody who votes for this crop of people, I believe well, I'm sorry to use this word, it's supposed to be taken to psychiatric hospital because I don't see any normal human being facing the situation where fuel is now, in fact, I'm in Otukpo presently, and the fuel price there is 250, 260. It's quite unfortunate. It's growing. During the X-Max, fuel will reach 1,000 naira per liter. Dollar that started 100 and something in this dispensation, dollar is trading towards 1,000 naira. So what are we telling ourselves? What is happening? The change of dollar is 775 or 770. Where are we going to? Who caused or who do us this thing? We can't continue like this. We are telling the people to have a change of mind. Reject the T-shirts and the caps that they bring to you. This kind of process of electioneering should not be election of T-shirts and caps. It should not be election of money that you eat today. In fact, they are even arranging talks now, as I speak to you, in some local government. They have talks, they have court boys that they've already arranged. They are pumping money to them to service their ego, do anything, even if police catch you. But this time around, we are praying. If you point one gun to somebody to shoot, 20 bullets will enter your body. It will turn back to you by the grace of God. So we have suffered too much, and we want to secure the future of our children. We want the children to benefit. When they were all in schools, immediately they are graduating, they have already made job waiting for them. We have people that have graduated from university, they don't have job, and there's nothing for them to even fall back to. If the system is even good, it should have been better. It becomes easier for people to flow with the system. But the system is so quixotic that nothing good, like I keep saying, comes out of misery. So it's a bad, in fact, I want somebody to wake us up that this is a nightmare. Thank you.
You are welcome, sir. I think we are having some network issues, so let's try and run off. But before we go, let's watch a clip. Let's watch it.
Nigeria youth, and that they won again. 2023, not far from now. You when they get back to the team parlor bus, or they give you money to team parlor bus. Any parlor bus where you team for this time, now another suffer for another 4 years to 8 years. That be 210. Get sense, Nigeria youth. Get sense. 1,000, you don't set the generation of your children. Me and say Yagbesha Redon they won again. Go get your PVC. Nigeria youth, get sense. Allah God use you.
Okay, we have heard it all. The message is very self-explanatory. People have registered their voters card. Some of them have not gone to collect it. They say you when they pay you 2,000, when you take go snatch ballot box. You should have some sense. Before that, let's get to the comments. I think we have some comments here. Let's look at it. Girl's site. He said, "Fine, my hot girl here." Oh no. Okay, girls, I think I really appreciate your comments. Yes, the person said, "Go get your PVC. You register is not enough. Go and collect it. Go and collect it." So these are election processes. Begin to hold your leaders accountable for those promises they made to you from years back. 2011, they made some promises. 2015, they made other promises. 2019, they made other promises. Have you seen anyone? It is time to shine our eyes, because all what we are discussing here boils down to the leadership, and we cannot stay away from it, because the leader we choose today determines the rate of suffering we are going to face in the future. So A word is enough for the wise, Steve Benjamin Wechu. If you have anything to add to this, please add so as we get out of the studio. Thank you.
Okay, what I just need to thank you very much, Faith. What I just want us to know is that we should know that there's a future for our children and we need to protect it. And one of the ways to protect it is to vote wisely. We should avoid this politics of fighting people for others and then go do the right thing. Go deliver like the Hebrew woman. Vote for the right candidate and then you have a better way of life. Thank you very much. I wish everybody good election time and God bless. Thank you.